Hello and welcome to the third and final video in the Bibble IT series on upgrading OCS 2007 R2 to Lync 2010 Standard Edition. Today we're going to be having a look at finishing off the DNS entries we need for our Lync pool, migrating our users across into the Lync environment, finishing off our topology merge, then we're going to upgrade our OCS clients to Lync client, and then lastly we're going to be deactivating all of the roles on the OCS server so that it's ready to be wiped and formatted and started again. So thanks for watching these so far. Let me know what you think and enjoy.
So next thing we need to do is create some DNS entries. So this server is currpretly running on .33. So in DNS I want to make sure that we put in our Lync admin, which was 192.168.1.33. Add that in. So if we run our web browser and go to https://linkadmin.bibblenet.com/cscp, that's Communication Server Control Panel is the directory we want, prompted for credentials. As you can see here, this is now our Lync Server Control Panel. So if we have a look under Topology, incidentally, to make this work, you need to have Silverlight installed, but that's fairly straightforward. It'll walk you through the steps if you don't, or just go and search for Silverlight. You can see here we've got two servers that it knows about. We've got our Lync Standard Edition server, and we've got our OCS Standard Edition server. So if we go to Users, I want to pull one of our user accounts across. Which one should we go for? Let's have a look. We'll do this one, which is test user. So if we do a quick find, we've got no users come up in here. That's because this is showing us all of our Lync users only. We need to do add filter, come down here to legacy user. Legacy user is true. And then if we run our find again, we've now got our two accounts here. You can see they're legacy users. And they're enabled for any PC-to-PC telephony, everything like that at the moment. So what I want to do is action, move selected user to pool, and we're going to choose our Lync pool instead. Click on OK, and we're getting a warning message up the top here telling us that even though we've done our merge topology, we haven't pulled some of our configuration across. So we need to go back onto our Lync server and run Lync PowerShell this time around. So Lync server management shell. And then it's import-cs legacy configuration. Okay, we've got some warnings here just telling us that we've got some invalid characters and that it's changed them slightly as it's imported them. So we'll come back in here and we'll try this again. Lync test user, we want to action, move to pool, move to Lync. Okay, you can see here that my client has been signed out and then is signed back in again. And you can see here we've now got this user is on Lync and this user is on our legacy OCS pool. Let's just try having a conversation between the two of those again. Got our message popped up here. Apply from Lync. There we go. So what we'll do next is just move our other user across. We'll move selected user, Lync, and check on our user. You can see again we've been disconnected, and then we're signed back in, and we can still message backwards and forwards. So that's looking good. So to start the process of decommissioning our OCS server, we'll come back into Lync, back into our topology builder, and we're going to remove our backwards compatibility site, publish that back, and we need to make sure we update our DNS. So back on our DC we've got our SIP is pointing at our old OCS server, so we need to change that so that it's pointing to our Lync server. On the clients, if we run flush DNS, sorry, I'll just bring that so you can see it. And there we go, SIP is now pointing to 33. So we're just going to sign out on this client, sign out on this client, sign back in. That one's pointing straight to Lync. This one should still be pointing at OCS. So if we sign in, command, what I want to do is stop the services on our OCS server. So there we go, that's OCS server with all its services off. And sign this one out and back in. And just check if that's picked up the DNS change. It has, that's good. And we're still able to message backwards and forwards, so that means we're definitely 100% using Lync, with no reliance on the OCS environment at all, because that's all stopped at the moment. So the last little bit we need to do is we're going to run the installation to upgrade the clients to Lync themselves. So I've actually got this stored on the C drive. I downloaded it earlier. I've got the Lync client, so we should just be able to run that as admin. Just exit. So it's installed, it installed Silverlight as part of it, and it took off OCS for us. So we're going to run Lync as our test user 2. And let it automatically sign in. We'll get the Lync first run welcome wizard, we'll just get rid of that. We've got our test user. It's all very exciting, all this testing. Woohoo, so that looks like that's good to go. So last thing is just upgrade this client. I'll just stop here. As if by magic, we've got our Lync client upgraded, signing in, and you can see here we've got our clients who both think they can see each other. I won't bother sending a message because I'm sure you believe me by now that everything is working correctly. So follow-up tasks, what I'd do next is properly decommission the OCS server. It's just going to start all the Lync services back up. OCS services. So we go into the OCS control panel and expand out our Forest standard edition server and right click on here. Now we need to go through and deactivate these different components. So we'll start with web conferencing. Front end. Actually, we'll leave the front end till later on. So doing the deactivation this way just makes sure it cleans up all of the attributes out of Active Directory and varying other places. Means it leaves it in a clean state, whereas if we just deleted the machine, removed it from the domain, etc., or reformatted it, there'd be lots of stuff left behind, which obviously isn't great. That's failed. Let's try it in the front end first. If this fails as well, we can just go through and force deactivate them. They both have, okay. So we're going to force deactivation this time, because we know we don't need this server anymore. We've got all our users off, and that's everything we care about. And the same, force deactivate the front end. So that should be everything. There we go. Our standard edition server, if we refresh that, has disappeared completely. If we look in services, you can see all of this stuff has been set to disabled. Everything is still installed on this machine, so if you wanted to reuse it for something, I'd probably recommend that the machine was formatted and reinstalled, but you would also have to come in, add, remove programs, and uninstall them if you didn't want to do that, but wanted to use the machine elsewhere. So thank you very much for sitting through and watching that with me. Hopefully you didn't find it too rambling. It was just trying to go through in the lab and set up this environment for Lync, so I thought it might be useful to go through and record it as well. So thank you very much. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you did make it through this far, that would be great. Cheers now. Bye.